Hello everyone, I'm Advocate Babita Shukla and welcome back to our channel Unique Law Adda. Today's topic is crucial for students, all organizations, HR team and employers. We are decoding section 19 of POSH Act 2013 which outlines the duties of the employer in preventing sexual harassment at the workplace. We'll also be diving into real case laws to understand how courts are interpreting these duties in practice. So, whether you are a law student, compliance officer, or working professional, this one is must-watch video. So, let's begin. So, today we'll be covering section 6, chapter 6, section 19, POSH Act 2013. So let's understand what are the duties of employer under POSH Act 2013. Providing safe and working environment, draft a policy for prevention of sexual harassment. So every employer, every organization should get a policy drafted for prevention of sexual harassment. To handle complaints, to formulate an internal complaint committee, appoint an external member for IC who has legal knowledge of POSH Act 2013, providing training and awareness to the employees, report the number of cases filed and the actions taken annually to the district office under POSH Act. Now let's understand the background. The POSH Act, officially titled the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013, which was enacted in response to the Supreme Court Vishaka Guidelines 1997. It came into force to ensure safe, secure and gender sensitive work environments. Section 19 under Chapter 6 lists the mandatory duties of every employer. Failure to follow this is not just a non-compliance, it's a punishable offense. So, let's understand what does the Section 19 says. Like we are diving into this entire chapter of Section 19. So, let's understand what this section talks about. Every employer shall, followed by a list of responsibilities. Let's break it down clearly. So, number 1, constitute an internal complaint committee. Every organization with 10 or more employees must form an internal committee to hear complaints of sexual harassment. The IC must include a senior women employee as presiding officer, at least 2 members committed to women's rights or legal knowledge, 1 external member, NGO or legal expert. Let's understand the case alert, which is Global Health Private Limited versus LCC 2021. Delhi High Court held that improper constitution of IC violates section 19. Now, point number 2, under section 19, every organization must provide a safe working environment. Not just physically safe, but emotionally and psychologically safe, so that people should feel themselves safe in the organization. It should include secure restroom. There should be proper restrooms, working CCTV. CCTV should be working. In case of any awkward situation, that particular incidents can be captured and watched through CCTV. So CCTV should be working properly, clear reporting process and respectful culture. So culture should be respectful. Point number 3, display POSH policy and IC details publicly. So POSH policy and IC details should be circulated to every employee in the organization. Employer must display at prominent places. What does this word prominent places mean? So prominent place means the policy should be displayed at such a place so that it is visible to everybody, like near cafeteria or proper notice board at the entrance of the organization. So prominent places where people can easily check, watch that what is posh policy. The penal consequences of sexual harassment, details of IC members. What does this what does this display of posh be there? That penal consequences of sexual harassment, who are the IC members, what are the rights of aggrieved women. Example, lack of such display is considered non-compliance during inspection. So if these points are not there, so during inspection period they can be covered as non-compliance. Now coming to the point number 4, conduct orientation and capacity building program. Section 19 mandates regular POSH awareness workshop for all employees, training program for IC members. At least one annual POSH workshop is considered a compliance best practice, right? So every year one POSH workshop must be conducted. Point number 5, assist in inquiry and provide necessary facilities. Like if there is complaint lodged, so organizations should support. They should support in assisting the inquiry, and during the inquiry they should provide the necessary facilities to the IC members also. The employer must support IC inquiries by, how they can support the IC inquiries? By providing records, witness, logistics, allowing leave or transfer to the aggrieved women. Like if the case is filed, so the aggrieved woman should not feel insecure. She should avail the leaves, or she should be transferred to some other place, so that during the inquiry period she should not feel she should not face the awkward situation, like people should not talk about her. So leave should be provided to her, or she should be given transfers so that she should not feel insecure or awkward. Let's understand it by Dr. Punita K. Sodhi versus Union of India case 2010. IC found obstructed by employer, court criticized passive behavior. Now coming to section 19, point number 6, organizations must take action based on IC recommendations. Employer must act on findings, whether it is warning, apology, termination, legal complaint. Non-action is punishable under section 26. Prevent retaliation and victimization. What does this word retaliation and victimization is? That aggrieved woman who has filed the complaint, she should not she should not face unnecessary questioning, or she should not be questioned that why you have filed the complaint. So victim card should not be placed against the women who has filed this complaint of sexual behavior. The women witness or IC members must not face any threat or discrimination. So not only the aggrieved women, but the IC members should also not be criticized, or there should not be any discrimination. Transfers, demotions or public humiliation after complaints are illegal. So in case after inquiry it is considered that complaints the complaint which was lodged was not correct, so people should not suffer public humiliation. Point number 8, monitor timely submission of reports. The IC must submit annual reports with number of complaints, action taken, awareness session conducted. Employers must submit this to the district officer. Now let's understand the case laws. Vishakha versus State of Rajasthan 1997, landmark judgment where the Supreme Court laid down guidelines that later became the foundation for the POSH Act. The court emphasized that workplace safety is a fundamental right under Article 21. Second case is Medha Kotwal Lele versus Union of India 2013. The court reprimanded states and institutions for non-implementation of Vishaka guidelines. This pushed the government to pass the POSH Act. Now let's understand the case number 33rd. Subhash Kumar Malik versus Controller and Auditor General 2011. Delhi High Court held that not forming an IC violates constitutional duties. The court directed internal redressal mechanism to be properly established. So internal redressal mechanism has to be properly established, because this is the backbone of any committee. Now let's understand the case number 4. Usha Kundu versus Punjab National Bank 2016. IC wasn't formed properly. The bank was ordered to reinitiate proceedings with a valid IC and follow fair inquiry procedures. Case number 5. Global Health Private Limited versus Complaint Committee 2021. Delhi High Court held that employer accountable for not displaying information and for irregularities in training, reinforcing that Section 19 is not optional. Now let's understand. After understanding the duties, understanding the case law, let's understand what are the penalties for non-compliance. So, if an employer fails to comply with the Section 19 duties, then they can be charged fine up to 50,000 under Section 26, cancellation of license or registration for repeat offences, civil and criminal liability possible under IPC Section 509 or 354, reputational loss, especially in the case of it becomes public. Like if it comes into the notice of the normal public, then there will be reputational loss. No? So what are the takeaways for employers? Form a properly constituted internal committee, conduct regular POSH workshops and IC training, display anti-sexual harassment policies clearly, take swift action on IC recommendation, file annual compliance report with the district officer. Remember, POSH compliant is not just a legal requirement, it is a commitment to respect and dignity at the workplace. So let's understand let's take the learning from this entire video, that it is going to be very helpful for all the organizations, for all the employers, and for the employees also, right? So that's everything you need to know about Section 19 in the POSH Act. If you found this helpful, please give a thumb and subscribe to the Unique Law Adda for more laws videos. Let's stay connected with us, stay aware, stay safe, and stay legally empowered. Thank you.